Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we're playing an interesting Jund Golgari, really, Scapeshift deck, which has been doing a few results in tournaments in Pioneer, so I thought we'd give it a go here. We've had to slightly adjust it for Explorer, but not a huge amount. And it's essentially a combo deck that uses the card Spelunking from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. So this is a card that says when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you put a cave onto the battlefield this way, you gain 4 life. And crucially, it says lands you control enter the battlefield untapped. So this essentially allows us to do some quite interesting shenanigans with Scapeshift. And so how the combo works, so settle in, is that when you have Spelunking on the battlefield, you beseech the mirror, or... Wow, that is pretty rude interrupting me like that. You beseech the mirror, or you just have Scapeshift in your hand, and you can then go... Essentially, you need to sacrifice 4 or 5 lands. I think it's 5 lands. Depends on what you've got on the battlefield. Basically, you need to sacrifice a number of lands that allow you to go and get 2 Lotus Fields, 1 Hidden Necropolis, 1 Mystic Sanctuary, and sometimes you will need a Gingerbread Cabin. So you will need some combination of those lands. They will enter the battlefield. You will get a number of triggers, which include the 2 Lotus Field triggers ask you to sacrifice 2 lands, Mystic Sanctuary, and then you can either use the Mystic Sanctuary to put Splendid Reclamation on top of your library, if it's in your graveyard, or Beseech the Mirror on top of your library, which will then allow you to go get Splendid Reclamation, because that's the other part of the combo. All those 4 lands, so the Mystic Sanctuary, the Gingerbread Cabin, and the 2 Lotus Fields will go to the bin after you've tapped them for 8 mana. So you will generate 8 mana. Then, if your Splendid Reclamation is in the graveyard, and you've put it to the top of your library, you will then crack your Hidden Necropolis with 5 of the 8 mana that you've generated. You'll discover 4. Hey presto, Splendid Reclamation is at the top of your deck, so you can then cast it, which will then bring back the lands that you've just sacrificed: Mystic Sanctuary, Hidden Necropolis, Gingerbread Cabin, 2 Lotus Fields, generate 8 more mana, do the same thing again. You will eventually generate a sufficient amount of mana for you to be able to kill your opponent with Banefire, which we have in the sideboard, so you can then recur Beseech the Mirror, or if you happen to have Mastermind's Acquisition in your hand, just cast it, to then use that to go and fetch the Banefire from your sideboard and do however much damage to your opponent you need, usually 20, because this deck doesn't really interact with the opponent before then, unless you've hit them with the Sentinel. And yeah, that is essentially how the deck works. So it's a little bit of a glass cannon, but it's an interesting new combo deck that only needs a few bits to go off, and it's quite resilient, just because, you know, you're dealing with a lot of enchantments. It's not kind of a creature-based combo, so it's not like your opponent can just remove a creature and stop you doing what you want to do. So yeah, it's an interesting one. So alongside the Discover combos, it's a new avenue that's been opened up in these formats by Lost Caverns of Ixalan. So we'll just run through the rest of the deck. So we've got 4 copies of Thoughtseize, 4 Fatal Push, and 2 Duress. So those are our 1 mana spells, so disrupting the opponent's hand, particularly if they have anything which might interrupt our combo. Fatal Push just to take out their early threats and make sure we can survive until we have the cards we need. Similarly, with Go for the Throat and Meathook Massacre, they're kind of doing the same thing. Reckon a Bankbuster is not only giving us some card draw, but eventually will provide us with some tokens, things that we can use to bargain Beseech the Mirror, and we can bargain the Bankbuster itself if we need to. Spelunking, and we have a Sentinel of the Nameless City, not only because it's a very good creature on rate, 3 mana 3/4, but it also generates tokens, again, that we will potentially sacrifice to bargain. And then we just have our various combo pieces at 4-drop slot, so Scapeshift, Splendid Reclamation, Mastermind's Acquisition, and Beseech the Mirror. So that's essentially how the deck works. It's probably a lot easier to actually see it working, and our mana base is, you know, a lot of dual lands, but we do have the pieces that we need. So we have the Lotus Fields. We have Echoing Deeps, just in case we need to copy one of our lands because it's already gone to the graveyard, say something like Mystic Sanctuary, then we can just copy it using Echoing Deeps. So that gives us the option to do that. Then in the sideboard, we've got a couple more Duresses, because we really do not want the opponent interfering with our combo. Ray of Enfeeblement, Graft Digger's Cage, just to shut down those library and graveyard-based strategies. Pithing Needle, our win condition, a Tear Asunder, a couple of Go Blanks, just to deal with the opponent's hand and their graveyard. Tranquil Thrillback does a similar thing, but also deals with artifacts or enchantments. If the opponent's, say, got a Rest in Peace in play, which is stopping us from doing what we want to do. Path of Peril, a useful mass removal spell to deal with aggro decks that doesn't hit our Sentinels, and then just one Kalitas as well, just to bring in a kind of life-linking creature that we can potentially use against decks which are trying to burn us out quickly. So that is the deck. Jund, Golgari, Scapeshift, depending on your mileage. I mean, Banefire technically makes it Jund, but the rest of the deck is just these two colours. So yeah, this is an interesting new thing that's happening in Pioneer and Explorer, so let's go and give it a go. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and let's go on to the ladder. We need a Spelunking, but this is probably good enough to... Okay, maybe it isn't. Well, I suppose at least they took that rather than our Beseech the Mirror, so let's duress them. Interesting. Okay, well their removal is utterly irrelevant to me, so I'm just going to take their Invoke Despair. So let's play Bankbuster. Let's drop a Castle Lockthwaite into play. We may as well Thoughtseize them here. Take Liliana of the Veil, because it annoys me. Okay, that was pretty good, so let's draw. And we are very pleased to see a Spelunking, so let's play that. Hidden Acropolis. Yeah, we do have what we need to cast Beseech the Mirror here, which is just as well. Ooh, that is pretty annoying, that draw. Okay. Then we shall go hunting for another. Let's play Sentinel of the Nameless City. Pass the turn. Fine. Ah, Bankbuster of their own, okay. Well... we continue. Meathook Massacre's not doing very much for us here, so let's blow up their Bankbuster. Thoughtseize away their March of Wretched Sorrow. Pass the turn. Liliana's annoying, but not devastating.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people... We all have things we'd rather forget.
So let's draw with Castle Lockthwaite. No to that. Play Bankbuster. Draw with Bankbuster. Play Bankbuster number 3.
I'm tired of your secrets.
So I still need a Beseech the Mirror. So let's draw. Play another Spelunking. Draw again. Okay, well I'm going to keep going. I'm going to draw one of them eventually. Of course, I do also need an answer to Liliana sooner rather than later.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Okay. In which case, let's draw with this Bank Buster. Through this Bank Buster. Pop Liliana.
You're gonna regret that.
Draw with this Bank Buster. Okay, it's doing its absolute best to keep me away from the combo that I need. Sure, so creature, enchantment. Okay, we'll discard a swamp.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Draw with Bank Buster. Play Sentinel. Now let's kill Liliana.
I'll be back with friends.
Now I think we might just try and burn them out the game. Okay, they have a fatal push. So let's just explore on our old token Majiggy. Yeah, go ahead. Yep, fine. So let's castle Lockthwain at the end of turn. Play another Spelunking. Okay. "26 cards, and it's absolutely determined to stop me from doing what I want to do, so let's hit the Incubator Crocodile. Yep, you may incubate. Now let's crew one of these. Still need my final Beseech the Mirror, friends. Well, let's use Thoughtseize. No, just a land. Fine. Hopefully this will force them into using their Cling to Dust. Pass the turn. So we have 3 Beseech the Mirrors and a Mastermind's acquisition in these 24 cards. Oh, they're using it to draw. That is risque. Okay. Sure. Okay, let's Castle Lochthwain. Good God, what is happening here? Okay, let's discover 4. Hey, okay, right. Sacrifice Bankbuster. Fetch ourselves Scapeshift. Now we need to Yep. Okay, they didn't stick around to see how it works, so that's fine. Okay, that was a interesting and silly game, but let's move on. I think we will pop Go Blank in as we're on the draw. Take out the Meat Hook Massacre. Put in Tear Asunder for their Bankbusters and various other shenanigans. Take out 1 Fatal Push. And I think that will probably do. Maybe we do want all of our hand disruption, actually. Yeah, let's keep in all our hand disruption. Just play the 1 copy of Go Blank. Yep, let's do it like that. So that was a weird first game. We just did not draw the second. I mean, would have won much sooner than that if they hadn't top decked that Thoughtseize. We were basically ready to go, but never mind. So I imagine they will have sideboarded out a lot of their removal. So it's very hard for a mono-black deck to interact with this. Actually, their Cling to Dust was one of the few things they had that would have done. Okay, well, it's got both bits of the combo. Temple of Milady. Let's hit them with the old Duress. Yeah, Invoke Despair can go. So let's place Spelunking into Necropolis. So Shieldred's a problem, but not immediately, because I think we've almost got everything we need here, and Go for the Throat deals with that problem, so let's go for the Throat Shieldred, play Sentinel, which gives us our bargain fodder, and we're even protected from the Thoughtseize here, which is good news. Okay, let's go. So, Beseech the Mirror, bargained. Play Scapeshift. Let's see if they stick around. Yep, they are this time, so ditch 5 lands. Then what we want here is Lotus Field, Mystic Sanctuary, Hidden Necropolis, Gingerbread Cabin. We do not need any of these, but I will pop Beseech the Mirror not on top. We will decline that action. Or will we? Well, we may as well take the action, I suppose. Oops. So we can discard 2 lands here. Add our mana, so black, green. Then resolve. Put these in the bin. Must remember to go to full control doing this, just because it doesn't work otherwise. Now we can beseech the mirror, bargaining it, sacrificing our food token. That allows us to go and fetch Splendid Reclamation. Now we can play it. So we pop Splendid Reclamation on top. Not that interested in what's underneath it. Yep. Then we start adding mana, so we can add black mana here, green mana here. 1, 2, 3. And now we just need to keep this process going. So I will do this once, just so you see how it works. Then in future I will just... don't need to demonstrate the loop after more than once, so... Now we can Hidden Acropolis, discover 4. That plays our Splendid Reclamation from the top of our library. Bring back all our stuff. Pop Splendid Reclamation back on top. Let's add some red mana now, ready for when we are going to get our Banefire. Now we can resolve the Lotus Field triggers. That goes off. We discover 4. We play a Reclamation again. This goes on top of our library. Make another food, just because we can. Start generating mana again. So I will eventually work out exactly how much mana I have. So I'm currently floating 20, so we won't need, I think a couple more loops will do it. Because we also have the Sentinel. So, play Reclamation. Bring back Splendid Reclamation. Float mana. So we'll do this once more, I think, just to make sure. I could do this more scientifically than I am, but, you know, let's live dangerously. So, pop Splendid Reclamation back on top, make another food token. So we are currently floating 1427 mana, which I think will be sufficient. So let's resolve our Lotus Field triggers. Let's beseech the mirror, losing a food token. Get Mastermind's Acquisition, which we will then cast. Searching a card outside the game, which will be Banefire. We will then Banefire for 20. And that is how you win using Spelunking-Scapeshift. simple, really. Right, let's see if we can do this trick more than once. This is fine. It's actually a pretty decent Golgari mid-range hand if you just... What? 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 Okay, witness protections don't matter, Enigma Jewel doesn't matter, so let's just take the wizard class and... Don't know what the bloomin' heck that is. You do sometimes have to suffer through Mystic Sanctuary being in your hand, which is annoying. We do not need another Bankbuster. So let's draw. Drop Mystic Sanctuary into play. We do have everything we need now, though, so let's just see what funky stuff they do. Okay, let's play Spelunking. Yeah, this is actually quite annoying. So I'm not playing Lotus Field. We are starved of mana in a deck that has so many lands. So many lands. Wow. They've got the mana abilities coming out their eyes, so play Sentinel of the Nameless City. Fatal Push one of their Omen Hawkers. And we're pretty much there now, I think. Yes, you have witness protected it. It is now a legitimate business person. I still need a 5th land. But it seems I'm not going to get it, so I'll just crack a... Okay, well that's something. Well, let's just make our Banefire a bit easier later. What does the 3rd chapter of this do? Whenever you draw a card. Okay. Well, let's hope our land situation hasn't cost us the game.
This is all just an illusion. This will come in handy.
I do like what they're doing. It's very different. Okay, that should do now. So let's play Beseech the Mirror, sacrificing our Bankbuster. Go fetch Scapeshift. Play it. Full control. Must remember to... must not forget to do that. So we need Lotus Field, Hidden Acropolis, Gingerbread Cabin, and we need our Echoing Deeps here. Echoing Deeps can come in as a copy of Mystic Sanctuary. Mystic Sanctuary can get back Beseech the Mirror. Yep. So the opponent knows what we're up to, so they will probably bring in some counter magic. So let's pop in more hand disruption. Take out Go for the Throat. I don't think we need the Meat Hook Massacre here, actually, so let's pop in Pithing Needle and one Go for the Throat. I think it's pretty reasonable. Yep. So I did see they were playing Nykthos, so it's a sort of mono-blue devotion deck with Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. Yeah, neat. There. That's better. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's better. So let's put back Go for the Throat. Let's play Overgrown Tomb, take a peek in their hand. Okay, so they are very much relying on Omen Hawker. That's why I'm going to take it away. They do have Seagate Restoration, so... And they drew another Omen Hawker. Well... Sometimes these things do be what happens, so... Let's just kill it. We'll kill that too. Okay, well we have almost everything we need. We should have put that on black. Doesn't matter, we won anyway. Didn't even need to combo off there, the threat of the combo was enough. Okay, one more time. Oh yes, this is everything that anyone could want. Elves. Elves. So, elves are pretty aggro, but not so much that I think we're definitely dead, so... We do have almost everything we need to go off quite quickly here. So let's Fatal Push the War Master. Pass the turn. Oh, you public menace. Okay, I no longer have everything I need. Now I have everything I need again. So I should be able to go off from here, but I will let you see the start of the loop. So let's Beseech the Mirror, hitting full control. Food to the bin. Scapeshift to the battlefield. Lands to be sacrificed. So. Lotus Field, Mystic Sanctuary, Hidden Necropolis, Echoing Deeps. Echoing Deeps can copy our Gingerbread Cabin. Bring back our Beseech the Mirror. Add some mana. Sacrifice. Now our Beseech the Mirror has something to bargain. Now we can go get Splendid Reclamation. This can come in as another gingerbread cabin. So I've demonstrated the loop, so I'll bring you back in when we're back. Rather tragically, our opponent scooped before I could Banefire them. So, let's bring in Path of Peril. Don't think we need Duress against this particular opponent, but I will keep Thoughtseize. Grafdigger's Cage. Yeah, that's probably good enough. Meathook Massacre on the draw is just too slow. Yep, that'll do. This is not a keepable hand. This one's there, but it's good enough. So let's put back Thoughtseize, I think? No. What am I putting back here? We want Bankbuster. Do we actually want Bankbuster? No, I don't. I don't like it. Don't like it, don't want it. Visionary, sure. So I'll play Cage. Pop an Overgrown Tomb into play. Ooh, that's cheeky. Okay, I'm not sure I have any way of actually dealing with that. Oh, I have Beseiju, actually, so... That's fine. So, let's play Spelunking. See what our Sentinel can do for us. Keep this coming, I think. Okay, I do need an answer to their Leyline of the Void if this goes to another game. So let's play Bankbuster. Draw with Bankbuster. I think we can scoop this one up. So, Tear Asunder, Tranquil Frillback. Let's take out Grafdigger's Cage. And one go for the throat. And I think that's fine. Wow. Well, that is not very good, is it? That will have to do, I think. So let's pop back Overgrown Tomb and one of our Bankbusters. Okay, we will need to deal with that at some point. Well, there is an answer. We now just need the land to be able to cast our things. That is not a land. I mean, I run quite a lot of them in this deck. Huh. Okay, well, let's kill their Leaf Crown Visionary. Land. Thank you. Not really what I was looking for, but close enough. So let's play... Well, let's play Sentinel here, actually. Let's force them to play more into the board. Thank you. Good lord. Lack of land is absolutely criminal here, but Path of Peril will hopefully see us right. Well, let's play Spelunking. Because this will give us the 4 life off the cave. We can then crack a map on our Sentinel. Well, okay, but I'm not happy about it. That's fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine. So let's crack a map on our Sentinel. Well, I suppose I need that as well, don't I? There! That's Path of Peril again. I mean, the Sentinel might just get it done for us here, to be honest. So, let's play another Spelunking. There's a land. Don't need that. Okay, then blowing up one of my Spelunkings is not the worst. So let's hit another, which I can now play. Leave that one, just in case. Okay, we're playing a little fast and loose with our life total here. Are we dead? Feels like we're dead. Yes, we are. Okay, we just couldn't quite get there. We got screwed by mana. Disappointing, but fair enough. Still, I think the deck did pretty well. Yeah, frustrating to be short of land drops in a deck that's running 27 lands, but such is the way of things. But you can kind of see how it works, and you know, we were very close to going off there. If they hadn't had that collected company, I think we'd have been fine. So yeah, that is Jun's Scapeshift. Fun deck to play, and when it goes off, obviously, it's a little bit laborious going through all of the iterations, but it doesn't take it forever, and you do get, and the game doesn't time out either. So yeah, that was good fun. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you next time.